That's true. We're live. We're live on Twitter, Twitch,
Oh my God, look at that rose.
YouTube, and even my mom's probably watching on Facebook, right?
Yeah,
I'm
streaming
not
from
watching
my
on
mom's
Kick.
LinkedIn.
Oh, look at the rose for you. Yeah. So, welcome to Third Time Thursday, everyone. We have a special guest. She's shaking her head under, wondering why she joined this stream as we're trying to even figure out how the hell to turn it on. Lacey, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Great to
Lacey,
have
why
you
don't
Welcome,
on.
you give us a little quick intro? You're a former, you're not, I don't want to say former, you are a big time Zed player. You just landed over in Photo Finish Land, and we're happy to have you. And just, give us a little background.
Actually, I've been a nurse for 15 years, but I love to play games. And I found Zed, and I love horse racing games. But
Sorry. I didn't know it was going to be that loud.
crap out of me.
I know, me too.
That was very loud. Yeah, that's crazy.
I thought someone was
but
having a birthday party behind me, man. I was
I
like,
know
what the
I
hell's
didn't know
going
if it
on?
was me or you guys. I was like, oh
Yeah,
shit,
sorry.
now what did I do?
Yeah, all good.
No, but
Okay, so you're a nurse.
I like
Hey,
to play
thank you for
games.
your
Yep.
your nursing service. And you found Zed. You're a gamer. Okay.
Yep. And I was getting a little bored over there, and people kept telling me to try photo finish, but I was a little intimidated by Soul and all that kind of stuff because I am not a crypto person.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You got your guts falling out, I'm good, but you want me to put a
I don't even know how much
MetaMask or
money I got
a
left. I
Phantom
got like
wallet up?
8,000 left. Huh?
I don't know.
Not
So
gonna happen.
no. So I finally came over once I saw how cool it was and how realistic it was. And the Medium article to set up a wallet, I mean, you could do it with your eyes closed. I was like, oh my God, why didn't I do this sooner?
Nice, nice. That's good.
Yeah.
Um, and you didn't have any problem like onboarding. I know that can be tricky for some, but it seemed like it was all right for you to get going.
Zero. Absolutely zero. Like
Hmm.
I used my credit card. I'm like, this is what I live for because I'm old school. I am not crypto. I am not techie. If I can pay with cash, credit, debit, check, I'm good.
Right.
So it was easy.
And do you have a horse that we can look at? Are you racing right now? Are you racing soon? What do you?
I have two already.
Oh wow, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What
Yeah,
kind
what
of
do you got?
horses did
Yeah,
you?
what do you
Yeah,
got? What'd you
what
pick
kind of
up?
horses did you
And
go
and
for?
why and why? Like why did you
Mm-hmm.
buy them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, my first one I got was a colt. It was unraced. And I named him Pushing Limits. He's an A minus. Um, and then I really wanted a filly, but I knew I needed just any horse. I needed any horse first. So I got him. He was a decent price and he looked like he had good stats. And then I ended up buying a filly who had been raced, but they let me rename her, and she is Keeping the Faith.
Keeping the
Keeping the
faith, that's
faith.
right. I remember
Yep.
I remember helping you out with that name in the
Yeah. Was that you?
yeah, it was.
Cool.
It's a cool name.
How have they performed? I guess I could go look them up here shortly. I suppose once I figure out what the
Yeah,
hell
my
I'm doing.
best finish is a second with each of them, but I'm still
Hmm.
trying to figure out distance and, you know, that kind of stuff. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I
let's
am not
look at
upset about it.
Mo. If you're here, we got a race about to go with old Donkey Rocket as the favorite, and then
Donkey Rocket. Wow.
we'll
This
jump
is
back in and hear how Lacey's horses. I'll try and find Lacey's horses too while we're waiting.
I'm loving the name Donkey Rocket. I'm excited. Let's go.
All
I
right,
love
and they're off.
this.
I don't know if that was my cue, but they're off here in the Roadrunner Allowance, and it's
Ah,
Sinistar who gets out to the lead along with Donkey Rocket. And back in third comes Guava, followed by Emogen and Harry Cop rounds out the top five here as they head out to shooting on to the main track in this 7 furlong left turning affair on the dirt. It's the Revere Ranch runner down in the blue silks. That is Sinistar. Then comes Guava still hanging tough there in second. Back to third down the rail is Imogen with Harry Cop and Donkey Rocket. Those two were battling out for last hit here in the opening quarter as they ran in 24 and change, and I'm a little behind that call. But here we go now as it's Three Hermanos up front with Imogen now to challenge Sinistar and Guava as they head to the turn. Half mile is come and gone in 48 and change. I don't know, I'm hearing another race going off in my head. I must be tripping. But it's Imogen now, who starts to pull away here by 2. Half mile and 48 and change, already made that call. Imogen on the inside, Sinistar on the outside as they hit the turn and head for home. They're shaking them up, and it's Sinistar now. Sinistar by 2. Imogen down at the rail, might have called it quits. Donkey Rocket flies down the center of the track. Only about 2 months to make up here, but as they hit the 8th hole, it's going to be Sinistar holding on tough here over Imogen, who battles back for second, and Donkey Rocket.
Nice.
Sorry, I totally hosed your stream there. I'll try to not refresh next time. But
Just a
I
wonderful,
was trying
beautiful
to catch
disaster.
up. Everything's
Yes.
going great. It's another
Yes.
great Thursday. I'm
Another
totally
great
fine.
Thursday.
Everything's great. Good call
I'm a
there.
little
Mo.
rusty
That was-
anyway. Sorry about that.
no,
Another
that was
great
good.
call by Mo, saving
Somehow
us.
covered my ass from scrambling all over the screen. Okay, so let's see here. Who won that one? Imogen? No, Sinistar.
Sinistar, yeah.
From Revere Ranch. Man, that's a nice little dub for Sinistar. Trending up now. It's pretty good. Had a
Yeah,
bad,
Sinistar bottomed, up only
a
for
bad
Sinistar
go.
now.
Yeah, up only since. So that's pretty. Revere Ranch. What's Revere Ranch got here? Pretty good little stable here. All right. Okay, so now we need to find your stable, Lacey. We need to dig in, and now here's where I wish our game had the search function that it does not have yet, but it will soon. But I'm gonna find your stable. Well, do you know the name of it, so I can look it up?
Oh, my stable is Valkyrie Racing.
Valkyrie
Valkyrie
Racing. Okay.
Yep.
And where did that name come from?
I love Nordic, Viking, Valkyrie history, and strong female images. You know, I'm not a feminist, but I like all that stuff, so I went with Valkyrie Racing.
Valkyries are very cool. They're very
Yeah.
cool.
I would imagine Fib knows a lot about Nordic history. Am I right in that, Fib, or no?
I know a decent amount of Nordic history. Yeah, I like.
Mhm.
I'm just into mythologies. Period.
Are
I
you?
think they're kind of like true in a psychological way that I find fascinating.
What does that mean?
It's hard to describe, you know.
Okay, so Valkyrie. I'm having to look it up in the database. That's how old school I am here.
If she
all
DMs
right.
you one of her horses, you can just click on the stable.
That
link
would
from
have
there.
been a lot faster, wouldn't it? Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I got the ID though from the database because I have the power.
Yeah, like the back end style, like actually just
Nightmare. I
do it.
probably just like accidentally overwrote your stable or something. No, I didn't. I would never do
I was
that.
like, don't kill my horses yet.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they're alive and well.
They have to die to go to Valhalla, though. That's the thing.
There we go.
All right, here we go. Pushing limits, keeping the faith. Wow, look at that. Keeping the faith.
3
Really.
second places. Yeah, nice. What kind
Well,
of race? Let's see what races you.
I
put
bought
into
Keeping the Faith already raced, so I think I've only had 2 with
Okay.
her.
Oh,
But she got a second my first race with her, I think. So
Nice.
The Blue Ridge Maiden ran 12 furlongs left turf on yielding, though she's a mutter. So you
Yeah.
definitely got
Yeah.
her here on the fast track, huh?
listen, I just wanted to race my horse, so I picked whatever was there.
Yeah, that'll
I gotta
do it.
learn some patience.
Her mother's a mother.
We at Third Time like that you feel the pressing need to race your horse no matter what. That's a good thing for us.
Just get her on the track. You never know
Yeah.
what happens. It's horse racing.
That's right.
Okay, so this was your race here, Keeping the Faith
Yeah, and
against
Lucky Jack, who just came over from Zed, like after I did, got first and already won a damn race. But he's a lucky SOB, so that's probably why.
Yeah, and that's a soft, conditioned horse too. So yeah, I guess he's got a half of a grade on you there, the A-. But
I know, but still.
well, look at him. So how long did you play Zed? Do you still play? I mean, you're still.
I still have horses over there, and I still jockey a few horses, but it's been 2 years this month.
Oh wow! And
Yeah.
what's sort of the stable size that you're dealing with over there? You've got a lot of horses at this point, or
I used to have about 160 horses, but I have
Ooh.
about 20 now. Yeah.
How do you
Well,
manage that many horses?
it's a different kind of setup that they have. So you at one point you weren't able to race all your horses at one time because they were very specialized. Now it's different, so I completely downsized. And you can race like 8 times a day right now over there. So
It's a
With a
lot.
single horse?
yeah. It used to,
So you-
when I first joined, it was limitless. I would race a horse 50 to 100 times in a day because I was an addict.
Yeah, it
And it
sounds
was
like it.
fun. You know, it was
Wow.
for $1 or $2, you threw your horse in, you raced with your friends. So, yeah.
hmm
But
I guess, like, just curious, like, obviously it was addictive. You were racing. Were you profitable? Did you care? Were you just kind of, it was a good pastime, or?
I was mainly break even
Hmm.
until they opened up breeding, and then I made most of my money in Zed breeding.
Hmm.
So, not racing.
Did you get you
You
got
hear
in
that, early
fairly
people?
early, I guess? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
What
Be
was
early.
that? I didn't hear your question.
Oh, sorry. Am I like breaking up really bad, by the way?
No.
I was being
No?
rude.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
talking over you. Sorry.
I think I asked like how early you got in. Like how early did you get into Zed? Like
2 years ago, and I think by then it had been around for 2 years, but it was very, very, very early beta for them. I mean, they're still
Okay.
in beta right now, but it was early.
Did you
So,
have what's the highest grade horse over there? Is it Nakamoto? Is that what it is?
yeah, it's well Bloodline and it's Nakamoto, but
Yeah. Did
even that's
did you
changed
have a
a
few of
little.
those?
Yeah, I got a Nakamoto Genesis, which is like their pinnacle over there. Got
Mhm.
a breeding pair, and that's where I made a lot of my money in the beginning, was breeding the best of the best horses, and I just
Hmm.
sold them all. I didn't even race them.
Now,
So
are there
definitely an
any
avenue.
that
Mhm.
you are just immediately regretting because you did that? Like, oh my God, I gave away the best, or no?
No, because it was very expensive to get in at that level at that time. ETH was at the height of the market. So I did that to recoup my investment. I had a business plan, so
Mm. Mm-hmm.
and
Sounds like a
it
good time
worked
to
out for
sell.
me.
Yeah. Good time to
Yeah,
Yeah.
sell.
right. Play with
Yep.
house money. Never beat that.
Nope.
We missed a race. Dang. Sorry.
The Liberty allowance? Was it the Liberty allowance?
Well, we got the Thursday handicap coming up in 3 minutes, so we got a little bit of time. Looks like Chili Pepper Maiden loaded in at 420. Oh boy, we've been here before where they load at the exact same time. Oh boy, got me nervous now.
They're stacked up at the same time. It's interesting.
Yeah, it looks like the Oracle, our automatic race system.
Mm.
Which people, hey, maybe you're watching and you're wondering what the hell all this is all about. There's a million things to talk through and talk about, but yeah, the first thing, we've got a handicap race coming up. And I look at handicap as always one of the easiest things to understand, is that it's like golf handicap. When you go and you play with someone who's actually a scratch golfer, you get a bunch of strokes for free. And then next below that is a maiden race. Maiden just means, of course, only horses that have never won. And then we've got this little icon here, which is showing that we have an AI now that actually adds races as they are more popular on demand. So if races are filling of a certain type, then the Oracle, which is just an AI again, sitting and listening to and watching us at all times, an all-powerful, all-omniscient being, the Oracle will just throw in a race that is popular, throw in another one so people can fill it. So that's been super helpful in the last, couple of weeks. I don't know if you've used it much, Mo, but I know it's definitely reduced the frustration. I know our schedule isn't perfect yet, but that definitely helped a lot.
No, that's
Yeah, I
good.
made
You
it
don't have to
much,
wait
much better.
3 days for your race that you want
We
to
still
come
have
up.
that problem, and I know we're trying to work through that.
Yeah.
But it does help a lot. Where if there is something that is popular, it will automatically add it, as opposed to the problem being if something is not popular and they need it. We still haven't figured out how to add it, which we're working on that. Yeah, Mo, were you gonna say something? Sorry, I think I over.
I'd also like to
Thank you.
schedule races at 420, which, hey, I'm a big fan of that. So
Exactly right. That's the whole point. That's what we're here for. So this handicap, I guess we can look at. Let's see, we got a lot of familiar faces in here. Few new ones I haven't seen here before.
I think it's almost all new ones, honestly.
Really?
Like I think I
Yeah.
recognize Kevin Jones.
Big Brain and Eisenhart, Secretariat. Yeah, it looks like about half and half though.
Oh, the stables, yeah. Oh, sorry, I meant the horse names.
Oh, the horse names. Well, yeah. Mint Julep
I've seen Reply Guy
Stables.
before. I've seen Harry Ghost before.
Come on, you misspelled
Mint Julep is new. Yeah, he just joined like the day after I did, I think.
I gotta correct the spelling of julep for him then.
Go in and do it for him, Ian. Just do it for him.
Maybe it's a joke that he has with his friends, but it's always purposely. I don't want to mess with it.
Well, he got us talking about it.
Calling the
Viral.
handicap, right?
He's
Not
going
the other
viral
one.
now. He wins.
Yeah, handicap. Yeah, you want to do that one? 17 seconds.
Me
I
too.
promise not to refresh. The handicap in this case, we've got just a bunch of different weight added to these fellers and ladies. I don't know. Who do we have?
It also helps if you full screen it with like 2 seconds left, so it doesn't restart the feed. I wish you guys could turn that off and make that stop happening. But every time you full screen it, it will restart the feed.
We will fix that, Mo. We'll fix it. Just for you, too.
I'll throw that into Jira right now.
Plug it right now.
Yeah.
I need some audio. I need some like background music or something. Cheering sounds.
All right, looks like we didn't get rubbed.
Look at that.
They're online.
Oh, I'm in front of you.
And they're off and running here in the third time Thursday handicap. And I hope the stream's got the race up, but it's Ready Player One who got out to the lead along with Fighting Arvish on the outside. And back in between, there comes Hamilton with Jet Set also showing early speed here. And comes Youngstown in fifth with Oceanside rounding out the top six here on the leaderboard as they head down the backstretch here for the first time in this 12-furlong affair here on the soft turf. Opening quarter in 25 change. Modest pace, they're in no hurry here. And Fighting Irish got the better of it here in the early going. Around the turn we go here, another break 2.5. Reply Guy, everybody's favorite here on the extreme outside. About 7 wide, looking to tuck in here, but no room yet as Harry Ghost goes right on by. Then comes Open Season with Reply Guy sliding back with Oceanside in fourth. Then comes Felipa KSR, who's rounding up here from the back. Half mile and 50 change as they get ready to pass the wire here for the first time. Everybody wave to your current leader. It's Fighting Irish. Nice. As Fighting Irish continues here to show the way by 2. And then comes Felipa KSR with Harry Ghost still trailing on the outside. Back down in between, it's Ready Player One. It's really not Ready Player One. I just like to throw that in there. Then comes Reply Guy in fifth with Jet Set still hanging on here. But Fighting Irish is the one to catch. 3/4 has come and gone. 1:16, if you know what I mean. It's party time as they head off the turn now. And they hit the backstretch here across the pond one more time. Fighting Irish is still trying to bring this one wire to wire, but now finally has some competition as Felipa and Player One have both woken up here to run to the front. And Felipa has now poked the nose in front by 2. Fighting Irish relegated back to the rail as Jet Set looks to get going here in between horses. Harry Ghost still here in fourth with Youngstown in fifth and Reply Guy, no change there. Around the turn they go. Jet Set now looks to go right to the lead. Jet Set now by 2.5. Harry Ghost on the outside, Reply Guy on the extreme outside. And Jet Set now as they head up the turn and head for home. The street lights are on and Mom is calling. Jet Set down the center, Kevin Jones on the inside. New face here, takes the lead with Youngstown down low. Jet Set trying to battle on here one more time, but as they hit the 8th pole, it's Kevin Jones. Jet Set down the center of the track, and it's going to be Hamilton to the wire. It's going to be Jet Set doing it here in the third time handicap over Kevin Jones and Hamilton.
What a call, man.
Great call, great race.
The stamina,
Thank you.
that was very well done. Very okay. So look at these silks. 3 plain silks. So we got to get some custom logos. Are these new folks? I mean, Kevin Jones, he's been around. Eisenhart.
I don't remember. Yeah, Eisenhart has definitely been around. Yeah. Starshoes might be new.
Yeah, man. Good one. Peaky Blinder didn't quite have it. Fighting Irish. I love that name. That's pretty great. All right, so then we got a restricted coming up. 8. Ooh, look at these beasts. Oh man, some big players in this one.
Yeah, Ajax, Thundercrack.
I
think I saw. Yeah, Nightcrawler, Slow Gary.
So, Lacey, do you have any real life horse affliction, or do you bet on it? Do you watch it?
No, I've watched it, but I didn't grow up with very much, so my only exposure was
Same.
horseback riding lessons that they'd bus us from the inner city and take us out to the country, and we'd ride horses that were really old and just put up with us as young people. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but loved it, and that's as close as I'll probably ever get to real horse,
How did
real
you?
horses.
Well, I don't know. You never know. How did you find out about Zed? Like, I guess, how did you stumble into a crypto horse racing game?
I was in Top Shot of all things, and how
Ah,
I found that I don't even remember, but somebody
hmm
was like, "Hey, there's this really cool game and you can race horses." And I'm like, "Well, Top Shot's lame. You can't do anything with these things." I don't even know why I bought them. So I sold those and bought horses.
smart.
Yeah, because I like to have utility, and I think that's why now I'm really mostly here in photo finish is because of the utility. I want to grow like a huge stable, bloodlines. I want it to mean something, and that's that's what it really has drawn me to photo finish.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
a lot of. It's very hopeful, and it's maybe forward looking and crazy, but just the notion because it's built the way it's built. This idea that 5 years from now, it's like, oh, that's a Lacey colt. I got to get one of those in my stable. Like it's just because that does last forever in these bloodlines, and it's very clear like what is coming along through the bloodlines. It's just like I don't know. I watched a documentary. Like I'm of course neck deep in horse racing, real life and virtual, but it's not like I was a huge fan of it before. I was much more into football, of course, working on football games, same deal. But I watched a documentary on American Pharoah, and basically, as American Pharoah had gone to breeding and into the barns, and how so many people were paying these exorbitant sums to get American Pharoah into the bloodline. And Mo might know more about this, but it wasn't as much about the Triple Crown part. It was just as much about them saying this horse is really well mannered and well tempered. We want
Hmm.
that chill vibe in the stable. And I was like, oh man, that's a pretty cool thought. It's not just purely only like, well, yeah, it won a Triple Crown, which of course that helps, but it was just as much like they were often trying to get the bloodline in with the temper to the mares. They weren't even trying to get it in for like they were buying fillies because they're just like, well, we don't even plan on racing her, but we want that American Pharoah temperament. And I just thought, wow, that's pretty cool to because yeah, we could do that. That's how the game
Yeah.
sort of works. Um, I don't know. Who knows, right? Um,
No.
Mo,
Man, we're
Mo,
There's
managing
a
have
horse
you bought
nowadays
a
called Into Mischief.
100% true.
which one? Into Mischief?
Into Mischief is kind of like that, kind of like American Pharaoh. Big time winner, a lot of money. But the horse, every horse that this horse breeds, is just got the same running style, the same build, the same temperament. It's just solid. Hits the top of the stretch, it's coming.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It's just gonna be,
Hmm.
yeah. It's definitely one of my favorite breeds of all time. Supposed to go hang out with him on the farm coming up here soon.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, over at Splendid in Kentucky. I'm taking a road trip, so I'm gonna stop by, and someone I know is gonna set it up in the real horse racing world. So pretty cool.
Nice.
That
Are
is
you?
cool.
Look at that. Are you going to the Derby this year? Oh.
Nah, I love horse racing, but I also love sitting home more.
Yeah.
Oh,
Listen, man, it's 2023.
perfect,
We got
man.
the internet. I got
Yeah.
20 tracks up on 4 different screens over here. I can project races on the wall if I get one of those new projectors. You know what I mean? Like, why the hell would I
true.
leave my house?
You're trying to
Bring
live
on
in
the
the
metaverse.
metaverse. Yeah, you're definitely a metaverse guy.
Bring on the metaverse. Yeah.
Right.
Look at that.
You know.
28
Oh yeah,
roll progeny
David.
earnings.
David brought up about your plans to have possible horse ownership for the jockey club.
Yeah, I mean that's such a tricky one, like legally, but like I would love to pull the trigger now. I set up a so when we first started the project, the idea was like we're gonna have a DAO, and the DAO will own a horse, and we're all gonna bet on the horse. It's gonna be awesome. And then, pretty quickly, it's like, well, who writes the checks out of the DAO? Because you obviously can't send Solana to Del Mar and hope that they take it. So then it was just like, okay, well, we're not going to be able to actually have a DAO that operates that. So then I set up it's called Stylish Stables. I set up an LLC here in Florida that basically we donated a bunch of Solana into this, wallet for the Jockey Club. We said, all right, you guys run it now. Like if you want to get a horse, you can operate, basically you can hire the LLC to go deal with all the annoying stuff, writing the checks and getting the licenses and all the, stuff about being a horse. And of course, it's just been slow going. The Jockey Club is a community of people that never seem to agree on everything, and they always want to find the right path forward. So I'm ready though. Like if those guys would have a vote tomorrow and say we want to buy a leg of this little no-name yearling for $1,000 or anything, like we could do it. We're ready. I know that it's been
15
tough for,
seconds, by the way. Just
Oh, okay. I know it's been tough for
All right.
the team to do it.
Get
But,
off your
you know,
butts, Jockey Club. Let's do this.
I
They're
know,
starting
and,
to. They're
David
starting
is
to.
now
We're starting to
saying
get things going
David
there.
finally
Yeah.
got the gears unstuck by getting some voting going recently. So hopefully we start to see it really quick. I'm not going to hit full screen now, so you're just going to have to do it at small.
Do it small.
Sometimes you can get away with the theater mode and it doesn't reboot, but I don't know if you want to take that chance. Here we
No.
are, 8 in the gate. And they're racing here in the third time. Thursday restricted stakes. That's a tongue twister. And it's Opus One who got the better of it here, along with Thundercrack. Then it's Amumu in third, with Ajax down in fourth. And comes Slow Gary, not so slow, but here in the rain is slow today. And Nightcrawler rounds out the sixth here as they head their way into the first turn in this 5 furlong left turning affair on the sloppy turf. We know how you degenerates like it's sloppy, and we're giving you a full plate today here as they head around opening quarter in 24 and change, and it's Opus One with a half-length lead here over Ajax in the early going. And by early going, I mean off the final turn into the home stretch. It's 5 furlongs. Wake up, Mo. It's Slow Gary now from the back as he kicks it on here and now opens up by 2. As they hit the 8th pole, it's Nightcrawler down the center of the track, but all they can do is watch as Slow Gary shakes the moneymaker over the wire over Nightcrawler and Opus One.
Nice one.
D
764.
W.
That's D Stables up front.
Yep. Slow Gary.
Oh snap!
Look at that beautiful jockey silk,
Look
man.
yeah,
They really do have a good one.
They did some good stuff. I
Pocono's
was
got a good
hoping,
one over there too. Look at that one.
I know
Interesting.
Pocono's looks like the Punisher. Looks dope. I was really hoping for Thal to have a race finish so we can see that MVP logo in there, but maybe
Yeah,
next
man.
Thursday.
Yeah.
What do we got next? We got the sweet corn and the cup. Oh, so the grade 1, the cup is in 20 minutes, so we got a little time on that.
The sweet corn.
The sweet corn allowance.
Sweet corn allowance.
Yeah, so anyway, where we were there, Lacey, you'd love to have a stake of a horse, is what I gather. You'd love to have a piece of a horse.
100%. I think that would be cool.
Now, let me tell you, I have a piece of 2 horses now, and bills are atrocious for owning a horse. And I'm not going to say I want out, but boy, is it brutal.
Well, I don't have kids, so I can subsidize a horse.
Yeah, I think the key would just be as long as the Jockey Club sets aside a large amount of money, it'll be fun. But yeah, we did not set aside enough. Well, I should be clear. We set aside enough, but we set it aside in Sol, which did not hold its value enough. So then every month, here comes $3-4 grand of bills, of nasal sprays, of chiropractic appointments, x-rays, and you're just like, oh my God.
You need to make some friends.
I know. It's brutal. But, it's pretty, let's see, what I need to look up. Looks Rare is running tomorrow. It's so exciting when they race. There's nothing like it. Let's see, the 7th. Yeah, tomorrow. Maiden optional claiming. Let's see, we can look at the full card. He won the last race. Oh, I don't have the freaking login.
the bloodline. You got Colonel John in that bloodline. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, opportunity, man. A Derby winner. You know.
Yeah, opportunity on the other side. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I like Colonel John though on the mare line.
Yeah, he just won. No, see, he got a second. The other horse won last week. Um, so yeah, let's see, two second places. So pretty good. You know. Um, I like this. I like this horse. Log in. Looks rare. The other one, Chicken Finger Friday, has been not as good, but he actually just got his first win.
Nice.
So yeah, there's
Chicken Finger Friday.
TNT Studs. That's my little our video game nerd horse ownership syndicate.
Explosive.
So, I know, right?
Pappas. Who's Pappas?
Pappas. What was that? Oh,
Yeah, it was like
Pappas.
Pappas Group or something. I know some
Oh.
people from Florida with the last name Pappas. The guy they own the auto shop.
oh yeah. Yeah. Here's
George Pappas.
George Pappas and his. I know Pius.
George Pappas.
Yeah. There's
I
Chicken Finger
swear I grew
Friday,
up with the George Pappas.
who has really been struggling, but look at that. Got his first dub. You know, keeps dropping in competition though. But look, it ran 77, whatever the Equibase speed figure is, and he was ripping. He ran away from the field. So it's a lot of fun though. It is a lot of fun to watch him. But yeah, the Bills, phew, not as fun.
That's why it's
Yeah.
the Sporta Kings, and if
Sporta
you can only
Kings.
have a digital one, just have a digital one.
I know.
Yeah, that's right.
I should have gotten another. I should have just bought some of ours, even though I'm not allowed to race them. Yeah, here's some people saying, "Oh yeah, we could buy Chicken Finger Friday real cheap." Yeah, you probably could. You can buy my shares of them.
Yeah, how
Definitely
about a
for
claimer?
sale.
He's running
And
in
yeah.
claimers. Just pay
Yeah,
attention.
I mean, actually,
Now that you've
Roseberry
talked him up
in the
so much,
claimer.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He hasn't found his distance. That's the thing.
That's really it. Yeah, looks
Yeah.
rare. Let's see. I think I might have a little. Maybe we can show. I don't want to accidentally show my inbox here, but it might actually pop up. Looks rare was working out the other day, and I was going to show Mo and see if he thought, "Hey, it looks good," because you never know. I can't really tell. They send these videos of the workouts, and I'm like, "Is that good? Is that, is
Yeah,
that
there's
fast?"
quite a few things I look for. Yeah, there's a few things I look for personally on horses, and people are always surprised when I'll say it, and they're like, "Jesus Christ!" You know, next week I hit massive bomb because the horse, you know, ears went a certain way, or you know, you look for a certain gait, certain like a cut on the belly, which basically allows the legs to have more clearance. You could also look at how they walk on the track. Do their right feet replace the front footprints when they walk? A lot of that is really important with how
Wow.
much a horse might stride. Yeah. I mean, there's so much that goes into it. I just love horses, man. They're so cool to watch.
That's awesome.
I don't even like gambling on it necessarily. It's just
Just
peaceful to me
watching.
watching them run around. Yeah, they run around. They're like very prideful animals. You can see like when the horse, like if you see a horse that's on the track before the race, and they look like a chess piece. The way their head is like real tight, like their chin's going down, just like real prolific looking. You know, that's a sign that the horse is just extremely confident. You know, way more so than any other horse on that track, and it knows it. So these horses know when they get out there, like, you know, how good they feel. But then there's other
It's like
things too. You can look for.
animal
You see,
hierarchy sense. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. You could also look for like owners and trainers. If they think a horse has a really good shot, they'll put beads on the horse because they think the horse is going to be taking a picture. So you might see a horse with like 20 to 1 with beads on, and you'll be like, why the hell is this horse wearing beads? And, you know, he wins at 20, 30 to 1. And, you know, they think that horse is really going to, you know, fire. Again, maybe because the jockey, maybe because of the distance, maybe the last two races were just a joke. They were a workout, but nobody else might know, you know, they might not know that or pick up on that in the betting pools. Again, there's so many different angles you can take. I think we had somebody in here last week, Paul, good buddy of mine, online. Like he's one of the best handicappers I know of on the planet, and you know he'll tell me angles that I don't even really focus on. So there's so many ways you can play the game. It's so much fun.
How do we get Paul into the Discord feeding me picks? That's what I would like to know.
I would love to. I want to get him involved with the digital horses. I want him,
Yeah.
you know, I want him writing like
We
the
have a
forums. I
few
want him
really good
making money.
handicappers, man. We do have a few good handicappers in the community, and it's like if we can pull. That's another thing that we talked about at one point, which is like having like a real life horse racing syndicate kind of thing where we like
Yeah.
kind of like bet together and stuff like that.
Pooled our bets.
Yeah.
That was one of the more fun days. I'm not sure if you were in the community yet, Mo, but we pulled together like a ton of, it was what, $4,000 or something on Hot Rod Charlie.
Hot Rod Charlie, and we won.
And he won.
Oh,
It was
shit,
awesome.
nice.
Yeah, it was like
I don't
third
think I was
time
there for that
basically.
yet.
Yeah, we basically just did the big pool where everyone could kind of get in together because we knew we had a sort of an AMA with Riley from the ownership crew, and so everyone was super excited. Like he was running the next day. His odds were nuts. So I mean, he was like 2-5 or something. It was really not a good. It was sort of a given that he was going to win, but we like absolutely aped in on this was peak.
We aped in, ruined his odds. Yeah.
Peak bull market. But yeah.
Yeah.
Still, that was fun. All right,
Kentucky,
Thursday
by the
Cup
way.
about to go.
Here we go.
Oh wait, this is just betting closes. Never mind.
Thursday Cup, sweet corn. Sweet corn's coming.
Sweet corn.
Good old sweet corn. One of my favorites.
I love sweet corn, man.
I still have to figure out betting, but I haven't won one yet, but I enjoy it. So
Yeah, it's tough.
I'll figure it out.
Oh, look at how beautiful it looks at the sweet corn.
Sweet corn allowance, just a nice sunny day. We're going to take it down to the
Fast.
track. Mo,
Nice long.
who's in the press box. Down to you, Mo.
All right, thank you, Ian. Job as always, boss. Please don't fire me. And they're off here in the sweet corn allowance. Grab your bigs. We're gonna dig in here. Bigs, grab your bibs. Jesus. It's after 4:20, folks. Cut me some slack. It's Harry Pinata who gets out to lead, though. As we head back down, it's Harry Sheets in second. Things will be Harry. Mark my words. Beauty King in third with NWO Frankie, and top of the town. Had to remember that one because it disappeared off the screen as they head around the opening turn here in this 11 furlong right turning affair. And it's Harry Sheets. Harry Sheets shows the way here now by 2. And it comes Beauty King down in the middle of the track with top of the town tucked in with a ground-saving trip down at the rail. Back and forth, there comes NWO Frankie. NWO Frankie here in charge in fourth with Flying Brave down low. And comes Stilgar Waterfront as these 6 trot their way into another turn. And it's Harry Sheets, though. Harry Sheets now with challengers on the outside. It's Beauty King. Beauty King pulls up along outside and makes that awkward eye contact that our boy OG Vault loves so much. By the way, catch us on Friday and Saturday nights. Short plug, as I'm looking for something to say here as they head around the turn. And it's Flying Brave now joins the crew. It's Flying Brave who pokes 2 in front by Beauty King. And comes Harry Sheets, who's patient down at the rail with top of the town also showing forth. And comes Cheesesteak, now making moves from the back of the pack with Harry Pinata. Harry Pinata with these 6 are now all starting to chase the leader here as 3/4 is in the books, 1:15, and it's still anybody's race. But Beauty King might have broken down like a Buick. Hate to see it, but it's Harry Pinata and Harry Sheets. These 2 neck and neck. It's a hairy neck, I tell you, with Flying Brave in between. Might as well call it a hairy sandwich. It's Harry Pinata, then comes Flying Brave, Cheesesteak, Geneva now the new face here as Geneva starts to get going on the outside. Beauty King in 5th with Stilgar Waterfront. No change there as 1 mile's come and gone. 1:41, and boy, I need a drink. It's Harry Pinata now as they shake him up in for home. It's Harry Pinata by a length and a half. What in the absolute hell is that? It's Harry Pinata. Flying Brave down the center of the track. Stilgar. I feel like I'm in some weird effed up dream, but it's Harry Pinata's going to hold on here.
I called
he
it.
wins by 2 over Cheesesteak and Harry Sheets. It was a hairy sandwich after all, by the way.
I tried to give you some sound while you were trying to swallow, and it was really loud.
That's so loud. It's so loud.
Yeah, that thing is pretty hot. Pretty hot on the old mic here. System audio.
On that either. It's just like
David's going to Chipotle now. Excellent.
Oh yeah, the hairy burrito, hairy quesadilla.
nice. Where else can you watch a
Hairy sweet corn.
hyper-realistic horse race and win enough food for Chipotle afterward? It's just
Right?
only here.
Nowhere. Just nowhere.
Here a
nowhere
massive
in the metaverse.
race call. Yeah, that was really good, Mo. It's just getting good,
Consummate
man.
professional.
Yeah.
I
that
feel
was
like
a
I used
pretty
to
good little
practice
win.
it. Now I just kind of do it. But I still got to
That's
practice
the thing.
more. I
You've,
don't.
no, you've
Oh.
ascended. You've ascended.
You're better than needing anything.
I appreciate
Sweet
that, but
corn. So the
Sweet
Thursday
corn.
Cup, the big race coming up. So Delilah, let's kind of dig in on a little of these. So this is our Grade 1 race.
Oh my!
What are some,
Look at
I
this-
guess
look at
before
this
we dig
field.
into ours, Lacey, do you know, like offhand, what was the biggest stakes race you entered over there in old Zedland? I'm always curious how much people are
Oh,
risking over there.
I used to stream something called Margarita Fridays, and I thought I'd entered a $10 race, but it was a $100 race
Whoops.
because I was a little drunk. Yeah. So, but I think $100 was the most I'd ever entered. I did not win.
Oh, ouch. Anything back at all, or was it just a total loss?
Oh no, that one that was that was a total loss. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, it's funny. Like when
If I
we
could jump
were,
in real quick. Sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
go
I
for
was
it.
gonna say it's actually pretty cool because I know we've been seeing some new stables come in. Lacey being one of them. I happened to come across you from Bot Lady in the Zed
Okay.
community. She had dropped us off there one night and I would hang out for the Margarita Fridays and the poker stuff you would do. But yeah, it was kind of cool to see you come over and again I see some other people from Zed as well. I try not to poach. I see I
Yeah.
see people always posting on Twitter like, "Oh, I'm so unhappy, I'm losing money," and I'm like, "Damn, I just want to post a link to photo finish," but I don't want to be that guy sometimes. But I'm glad that people are actually starting to kind of wake up a little bit. And I'm not saying that's a bad game. It is what it is, but this is on a whole different level. I think we can all agree on that.
That's what it is it's really two different games. It really
Yeah.
is.
Right. Yep.
And I really like the in real life component. They are going to die, so we won't have huge population issues. I mean, and I like this very much. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the goal for me is like I don't need to poach or care. Like, obviously I have this really competitive problem. Like I want to bury everyone that dare crosses me. But I actually really don't feel that with Zed because there's just sort of a community of players there that have been playing a horse racing game for years. Like it doesn't bother me at all. Like go right ahead. But they're so different that it doesn't matter to me. If you can play both if you want. If you want to skip one, if you leave us to go, I don't, just whatever. There's enough people in the world that like horse racing that we don't have to actually poach each other. But I do like offering and being nice and olive branch to those that have already played over there, and they could come try it out over here. We do have a lot of different designs, and I remember when we first announced, and sort of the news was just sort of ruminating a little bit that there's another game coming. It was around the same time as D-Race, and a lot of people sort of lumping us in the Zed community. Oh, it's just two other games that are following Zed, and I'm like, no, we're not D-Race, and so I think it was interesting though. So many initial Zed reactions were just like, yeah, no thanks. I don't want to buy an NFT where my horse dies. And I just remember thinking like totally normal, fine reaction. Like that's okay. If you don't want it, then I get it. In my opinion, it's sort of critical to the whole thing working. But it doesn't mean that you have to do it. Like it is a tough thing to swallow. Yeah, I'd love to buy something that I know is going to immediately be decaying, like buying a car off the lot and knowing that it's going down as soon as you pull it off of the lot. So,
Yeah,
but
but see,
that's
I
sort
had
of
an
what
opposite
the point.
experience because everyone I mentioned it to was always like, "Oh, the horses don't die on other games," and I'm like, "No." So, like I said, my biggest gambling buddies, the first thing they said was like, "Yo, they die on this game, I'm in," which sounds kind of messed up, but again, it makes sense because you want
Do I get to kill them?
you want
Cool.
the realism,
Yeah.
right? You want the realism, you want the ecosystem, you want again, like you said, like 5 years from now, you want the Lacey bloodline. I love. By the way, could we just go back in time for a second? It's never the Mo bloodline. No one wants the Bigfoot stable bloodline, right? It's always like, oh, everybody but Mo. We're not gonna talk. I'm not hurt. But anyway,
Let's look at your
I think it's
stable
gonna be
here.
beautiful.
Let's go find. What's
I
the
know. I think
last
it's gonna be
race?
nice though.
I'd love to
Nope,
dig
no,
into the Mo bloodline.
Yeah, let's get.
we're
Yeah,
not
I'm
gonna
trying to
do
get.
that.
I'm trying to
We're not
become
gonna
a
do
part
that.
of the Mo bloodline. How can I do that, Mo?
We're not gonna do that right now.
Go
All right, it's
there.
expensive.
Fib wants
Yeah,
to be adopted.
it's not safe for work. All right, we're not gonna get into
At
that.
least,
But
like.
All right. Well, so then
no,
looking here
that's cool
at
though.
this big G1 race, we got 2,100. I always have to do this because I'm 2,100 divided by 8. All right, 26.25 on the line per person there. And so Delilah, I sure know that horse. That's D Stable's one of their crowning jewels. We
White
got a
Widow,
White
also
Widow.
powerful.
Those are some big earnings there. I mean, all these horses have been smashing the podium though.
Yeah, look at La
Flying
Bandita,
Aurora,
man.
Malibu. Ooh, Malibu with that white face. That's pretty. Let's take a look at that. Take a look at that horse. Ooh, man. Now,
Classic,
Mo, where do you
classic
stand on
Malibu.
this? In the we implemented real life coat color genetics, and in real life though they often don't. They don't have enough of these coat colors in real thoroughbreds, so that you never see a horse with that kind of a marking, right? Are you okay with us having that, or should we have that taken out?
I absolutely love it. And I was
Okay.
so excited that the last horse that I revealed was my Pride and Joy Rainmaker. And he got the marble look to him, his beautiful horse. So I'm telling you, if you guys reset the damn tickets and I lose it, I'm gonna be furious. I'll still continue to play because I love the game, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna be furious about it.
All right.
Too
Yeah, how many
damn
more?
good.
How many of those do we get with you, Mo? Like how many?
Yeah.
People
How much goodwill have we built that we can
Yeah.
destroy?
Oh, it's one. No, for me, it's
Yeah.
one and done. I'm like
Oh, it's one-
when you
okay,
call
we
him
get
for tech
one, okay.
support. Yeah, when you call him for tech support, no, it's one and done. Like you get one shot. You know what I'm saying? You
But
cheat
then if
on
we
me,
do the
we're through.
if we do the petting zoo after that, can we be like, come on, Mo, baby, come
I
back.
might
Come
I
on
might
back.
come
We
back.
got a petting
I might
zoo
come
for
back.
you.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Just wondering. Yeah.
All right. I'm going full screen. Let's see if we did it
Okay.
right. 2, 1. Here we go. Third time Thursday Cup. Delilah.
All right, on cue. Horses are at the gate here. Time for a major race on photo finish. Thanks again for all those tuning in. 8 in the gate yet again. And they're racing here in the third time Thursday Cup. And it's Malibu. Malibu with that beautiful white mass runs out to a quick early 4-length lead over Dancing Nancy and La Bandita. And comes White Widow, my favorite strain, down at the rail, followed by Flying Aurora, and Chain Champion down there is going to hold up 6 here as they head around the clubhouse turn. And it's going to be Golden Stables showing the way with Malibu. How you do, Malibu? Head by 3 now, as La Bandita and Dancing Nancy continue chase mode with White Widow down at the rail in 4th. And comes Chain Champion, just buying time here, running along in 5th with Flying Aurora. No rush as they pass the wire for the first time. But Malibu has found another gear early and now scoots away here by 4. La Bandita with Dancing Nancy as these two are tucked in for the long haul. White Widow, no urgency there with Chain Champion as well in 5th. And Flying Aurora, and right on cue, it's the announcer's curse. Malibu might have blown a tire. Fib might be sniping again. Everybody watch out. But it's La Bandita now. La Bandita wants to share the lead and takes it. Dancing Nancy on the outside, but Malibu, not to be outdone here, re-engages. Malibu now down at the rail and is going to poke a nose back in front, but La Bandita is going to hold steady as these two now are going to duke it out here on the backstretch, 3/4 and 114. Dancing Nancy on the outside with White Widow looking for room here down below. Chain Champion still run along here in 5th. Flying Aurora feels like a broken record, but no change there, so what else can we really do? But it's La Bandita, Malibu, these two. It's like Ali and Frazier going to duke it out here around the turn on a Thursday afternoon. Nothing better to do. Grab a drink, roll one up, and join us here on the stream. It's La Bandita. I'm trying to keep it work friendly. Sorry, it's La Bandita now with a length lead with Malibu tucked in. As they get ready now and they head off the turn, they head for home. La Bandita, it's time to make that money.
Cameraman.
Dancing Nancy on the outside. Oahu's down the center of the track and is
Oh, the
looking
rip.
fresh with Oahu with Dancing Nancy trying to
Dancing
battle
Nancy
back on the
coming back.
extreme outside. White Widow down below, but it's going to be Dancing Nancy and Oahu to the wire, and saved by the wire is going to be Dancing Nancy pulling out the upset here over Oahu and White
Nancy.
Widow. 8-6-2, order of finish.
What a race. Good call again, Miami
Dancing
Nation.
Nancy.
A big
There you
podium.
go.
A big win. Look at the third time. It's just repping our own logo. A Dolphins colored with our own logo. It's so nice.
It's actually
Free marketing.
Dancing Nancy, a nod to the legendary stock trader Nancy Pelosi.
I was
Fantastic,
thinking
high
them,
earning.
no, it's got to be Dancing Nancy's from Dave Matthews, dude. Learn your
Dancing
pop
Nancy is
culture
from Dave
references.
Matthews.
Yes, of course.
Is that like
gotta be
is
her.
that like the female counterpart to the Tripping Billies, or how does that work?
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
I have no idea, dude. I'm just joking. It probably could be Pelosi. Wow, that was a good race.
Yeah, I'm
Man,
old.
Oahu.
I thought it was
You are
Nancy
old.
Sinatra.
Thought it was these boots are made for walking reference. That's what you thought. I'm old enough for that. Man, well, that was a good little card we had today. Man, there's some
That was a
solid
good card.
racing, some good money on the line. We had a great special guest here. Let's see, we've got anything else coming up tonight? Are you streaming tomorrow, Mo? Or are you, what's your plan?
Yeah, we should be live tomorrow, or definitely Saturday night for sure. Friday night's been kind of rough, and I think what happens here is that a lot of times they join the Thursday streams, and then Friday's kind of sketchy for recoveries, I guess.
Mm,
So, and then plus people, if they race, Friday afternoon or Friday mornings too, it's like. But Saturday, we typically do better on Saturday, so definitely expect us then, but maybe tomorrow night. So appreciate you guys having me as always, and Lacey, it was very nice meeting you, and yeah, hope you guys have a good one.
yeah, man.
Nice meeting you
Thanks for
too.
joining us.
Yes.
And yeah, Lacey,
Good one.
what can we do moving forward? What are some things that you just joined? What are some questions you have, or things
Yeah,
that you want to
questions.
see?
What'd you like to see?
Or
Yeah.
are you just still soaking it in, which is okay as well?
I think I've probably harassed people like David enough, and Balthazar's been good. All these guys with a million questions, the commish. So, but I think it helps because there's a ton of us new people coming in right now. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we're all asking the same questions, and we're all kind of helping each other. So we're good.
So with that issue, I mean, those guys are doing amazing work in the Discord. We always try to figure this out. Like and every answer is different. What would you want to see when you joined that you didn't have to join Discord to figure out? Like, is it just needs to be a Bible on the site that has every single thing, or is it videos, or is it, what are the things that would help you the most? Because you are learning a ton from hand-holding from other people, but not everyone's going to join Discord, right?
Right. That's very true. The Medium articles are good. So maybe
Yeah.
just even
More of
just
that.
one link to Medium. And then from there you can follow like everybody's threads.
Mhm.
And if people are more like listening learners, maybe a YouTube education channel. If you've got anybody that does YouTube stuff out there, like we do over at Zed, one guy took it upon himself to do like a whole series, and put it out
Right.
there. So if you've got like Mo or anybody that is like savvy like that.
Mhm. There have been a couple of
I
folks
have intro
starting on that.
videos, by the way.
You got Scuba Steve
Yeah.
on the
I do have
case
intro
right now.
videos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mo did some. Steve has done some. Yeah, Scuba Steve. There've been some really good. But that's the thing. I think we want to help collate and combine the efforts of everyone. But I think we've struggled a little bit too. The game is so in depth. I mean, I'm just being honest here that we often don't know what to say first, and then we end up like stuck in this like, all right, here's your first easy guide to photo finish, and then like 10 pages in, we're like, oh, it's not an easy guide to photo finish anymore. And so we're sort of like, I guess it would be good if you've got it still fresh in your mind. Like, what was the first thing that you were trying to get answered? Which horse should I buy? What is this game? I don't know. What are some things
What
that like,
makes
were
a
right
good
on?
horse?
What makes a good horse? Okay.
Yep,
That's
bingo.
everybody's question.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And that's when we're like, well, depends on what you want. And we make it like awful and horribly complicated. Well, if you want a
Not-
filly, then maybe you do.
No, I mean, not really, because
outsmart ourselves.
you just break down, the temperament, heart, all those things, and you've broken it down pretty well. And then it's up to the buyer to decide what is important to them. But, just a general overview of what makes a good horse. And having a filly is a big sentiment in the community because you get to keep the baby. So, and that matters to a lot of people too. So, just a few
That's a
things
good way
like
to do
that
it.
initially. Yeah.
I think the other thing we've been struggling with too is that, like, here soon all those tickets will vanish. So it's no longer if we built a big tutorial series of how to get your ticket on Magic Eden, right? That's no longer going to be the case. It will all be get your horse on the end game marketplace. And so I think it's a little easier to understand there because it's like, what makes a good horse? Well, look at their record and their history and their bloodline. Like, that's what you'll want to look for. As opposed to it's like, well, the speed is maybe a 3 and it has matches and all that kind of like hard to understand NFT stuff. So that's also been paralyzing. I'm definitely just being honest. We paralyze ourselves. We over talk it. We end up like and then paralysis by analysis. We end up doing nothing. Or hoping that someone in the community solves it better than us, I believe. But
it'd be way better if we just had like a Fib Newton like paperclip that popped up if you had any questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Clippy.
It directly texts me, and I'll like, and I'll answer your question. Yeah.
I wonder if we could get
really good.
some AI to do that. It's probably possible, right?
Yeah, feed it all the answers.
I think of it almost like Madden. And Ian, you might relate to that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go to like
Yeah.
a Madden stat, like people that play Madden for the first time might not know what the stamina and the INJ is for the injury, right? But when you hover over it or you like click on it, whatever, it just kind of says like, this attribute, handles this part of the race or whatever. So, again, stuff like that. Again, just for people coming in that might not go to Medium or obviously Discord too,
Yeah,
because
Mhm.
it's just
that's
easier
very
that way.
true. I
Right.
hover on everything, so if that would be good. Because people don't like to go to outside sources too sometimes.
Yeah, it should all be here, right? I mean, obviously the marketplace is turned off right now for beta, but yeah, when you go to them, it should be really clear. Like, oh, that's a good.
What
That
is
horse
this?
is
What is
winning a
that?
lot. That
Yeah.
one's good at finishing. That one's good at this. So I just did a mid journey of Clippy, but in Unreal Engine, and we'll see.
It has to look like my avatar. I'll be mad, dude.
It's just you.
Ah.
That's just me doing like
Yeah.
the Claudia,
You wanna-
like. Oh,
you wanna
that's
see
horrifying.
some,
Oh, I like the bottom right.
Unreal Engine
Bottom
for
right
you.
is great, man. Bottom right.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's
This is our
horrifying.
new
Yeah.
our new mascot, Clippy.
Yeah, that's
That
that's
top left, no, top left.
Glip.
top left,
You
yeah.
mean Glip? I love Glip.
Glip. Glip.
I love mid
Born from the ether. Yes. Glip.
Oh man, that bottom left one was pretty good. Like he looked kind of real. Yeah, we'll upgrade this. We'll mint this as an NFT, and we'll give it away.
Yeah, you
to
actually
someone
have
in the
to. If
audience.
you own the NFT, it'll answer your questions. You get the tutorial. It's the
All
utility
right,
of
first
this
person
event,
to
yeah.
enter the POAP code Clippy will get. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding. I haven't set
whitelisted.
up any
Yeah,
of this.
flip
Yeah, you're gonna get whitelisted for the clips listed.
You're clip listed. Paperclip gang to the moon.
Oh, don't look at that. Anyway, all right. Well,
now
who knows? It's probably something just that. Let's see. It was Visual Studio. Oh, it's just MVP.
Okay.
Nothing major.
Speaking
well,
of MVP,
again,
isn't there something going on soon with
There
tomorrow.
sure is.
Yeah,
MVP?
There
Yeah,
sure is.
I mean,
my computer is chewing up lots of things right now. We've got all kinds of automated things that are running. AI is helping me. I can't say it enough. If you haven't been using it, I tell you, ChatGPT and these AI tools, they've like given me 3 or 4 full-time employees that are just at my beck and call, and just work and do stuff for me. And so that's the MVPs we're basically doing some point tomorrow, assuming we get everything figured out. People that own an MVP, it'll switch and it'll be the real art, right? Phib, is that right? No one's doing anything, right?
No, you're not doing. You're just simply you're passively observing as your boxes switch to MVPs, and then you're and then you're making sure that you got a one out of one.
1 of 1. That's the draw. And then you just hope for this guy. This is a 1 of 1.
if I don't get a skeleton, I'm gonna be pissed. By the way, I have 2 of them, so
There you go. There he
you
is.
get skeleton Clippy. What do you think that is?
skeleton. Actually,
Somebody in-
looks like
Just a dark avatar of helping you play video games.
Somebody in Discord was wondering if you did any jockey ones.
Can't really
are
speak
there
to
any? I don't think we finished any. Like I know that there was a plan to do some as like a little special collection. So I don't think there's any in the reveal tomorrow though. Because we've been kind of holding back. Like we did do a few. Like we have the jockey stuff. I think we've actually been trying to think of a way to make that a little more of a reward rather than like just drop it in the MVP collection. So it might be something custom for our
a little something.
Our OGs. We love to reward our OGs. So I think we'll actually keep those out because they're cool. I'd love to see this world of like every. It's a weird one. I don't know. Phil, what do you think? Like you love your stylish stud, but I would love to see the whole community rocking jockey, 3D jockey MVPs. But am I crazy?
Yeah.
Would they dump their stud for that?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I really don't. Like I one of the things is that like it becomes kind of like a brand thing, or it's like if I had an MVP or a jockey that had like a Santa hat and a lei, then I'd be like that'd be easier for me to transition between. You know what I mean? But like now everybody knows me. I'm just kidding. Nobody knows me. But yeah, I don't know.
Yes, I'm so famous.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
that was
MVPs
my
look
that
really
was my
awesome.
first
The
thought.
MVPs, I would totally swap for an MVP though. Certain ones, like
so they're so sick.
looking real good.
let's see. I can maybe tease one or two like really cool ones, and people could see what they might roll up on. And let's hope for
Yeah, it is really cool.
You to get that one, Mo. That's what you want.
Yeah, just ready to commit violence.
Yeah.
He's gonna kneecap some horses out there.
There's no neon. There's no skeletons. What we got? What else we got, boss?
Let's see. Neon skeleton. Neon. Let's see if I can find some. I just have to like make a neon skeleton.
Listen, man, I'm from the '80s. All right, I need something with some color, some vibrancy. You know what I'm saying? I had my whole goth brooding point when I was listening to Marilyn Manson back in the '90s. You know, we're out of that.
Black is an elegant color. Okay, no, it's not just it's always.
98% of my wardrobe was black until like 10 years ago. I started having a midlife crisis, and now I wear like these crazy neon colored shirts from Michaels. That the kids
from
usually draw
Michaels.
on. Oh, they're mad cheap. They're like Gildan. They're like high quality like t-shirts, but you know what I'm saying? They got all the neon colors. So I wear them all.
I don't really wear black either.
I can see Mo
Like,
this guy. Just
very crisp.
Robe and a joint. That's Mo.
Yeah, and you can order that robe.
There we go.
You can order that robe on our
There we
website,
go.
right? Is that correct? Like you can own that robe in real life. Fib ships it to you personally.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
This guy's pretty cool. This dude.
That guy's pretty cool. He's like, look at me. You want to come to join me in the tub for the smoke? A smoke and a bathe.
Yeah,
smoking a bathe. Yeah, I got
a smoke and a bathe. Oh, that
There's
guy's
really
dope.
a lot
That's
of
cool.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh yeah. That's so.
Look at this guy, Clippy. That's what you want. Anyway, it's past time. Lacey, thanks so much for joining us, and let's do it again. And maybe I'll be more organized next time, and you can join us, or maybe you should host the stream, and we'll, because you seem like you know what you're doing, and we do not. And then we could just tag along and actually hang with real professionals.
For our viewers out there, Lacey, where can people find more of you if they'd like to look for you? Would you like to share that?
A good one. Mm-hmm.
Oh, when I do stream on Twitch, it's Lacey After Dark, and otherwise I'm on Twitter at Racing Glue.
Racing Glue, that's right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
This Prince-looking dude. Let's see that. You need
the Prince of Tennis.
Yeah.
Prince of Tennis, dude. All black though. You need neon for this Prince of Tennis though.
Yeah. How about a sip?
Yeah, purple. Oh yeah. Should go make him purple.
Versus the Revolution.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Happy Thursday. See you on the flip. See you in Discord. As always, a great pleasure.
Later.